Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and today's video is my July favorites. I have tried a bunch of new makeup over the past month or so and I've definitely accumulated some new favorite products that I'm really excited to share with you. I used all of them to create this look today, so I hope you enjoy the video and let's go ahead and get into my July favorites. My go-to sunscreen for quite a while now for under makeup has been the one from Sunprise. It's the mild airy finish sunscreen with SPF 50. It's a really thin texture, so it works really well under makeup. It looks like it's going to leave a white cast when you first put it on, but the white color goes away as you blend it in. So I let that all kind of sink into my skin and we're going to move on to Corrector. And the one I've been loving is the Sephora Collection Bright Future Corrector. This is in the shade Melon. I fell in love with this corrector this month. I absolutely love it. It is a pretty deep peach color. It's almost more of an orange, but it works so well for me under my eyes. The trick is definitely to use a very small amount, so I put 2 dots. That's truly all you need. If you have even less darkness, you could use 1 little dot and that would be enough. But I love this. This, I know I sound like a broken record, but is also a favorite. My Smashbox Blurring Concealer Brush. I have not used anything else under my eyes since I got this brush. I'm not kidding. I use it for my concealer and for my corrector. I love it so much that I'm definitely going to buy a second one because I do not want to ever be without this brush. And in case they were to quit making it or something and I couldn't get another one, I feel like I need to invest in a backup. I love it that much. So good. For concealer, I know you guys probably already know what I'm going to use, but I can't help it. It's my favorite and the point of this video is to share all the things that I'm loving, and this is what I'm loving. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Madeleine. I love it. I am absolutely obsessed with this stuff. I have been choosing this over everything. Literally been choosing it over everything. And I don't know why it's taken me this long to get on the Nars Radiant Concealer bandwagon, but I am on it for sure. I'm going to blend in under my eyes first with my Smashbox brush. Actually, a lot of days lately I've been wearing this concealer by itself. I haven't even been putting on any foundation because I love it so much, and I use a tinted SPF underneath or something. And then I just use this because truthfully, this is all I really need on a day-to-day basis. I'm just going to take my blurring foundation brush now from Smashbox, which I know you guys have heard me talk about this over and over, but it is the best. For foundation, this is hard because I have quite a few foundations I've been loving for the past month or so, but the one that I want to use today that I really love is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I wear the shade Light 45W. This is really nice, you guys. This is definitely a medium coverage. I really love it. And it actually does not take very much. Like, that's half a pump and that's probably all I'm going to need for my whole face. It's definitely not full coverage, but it gives a decent amount for sure. But I've just been loving it. I wasn't really surprised how much I liked it because I love most things that Colourpop comes out with, and I love the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. I use that quite a bit too. The finish on this is a very natural finish. It just looks very hydrated and really pretty. This foundation is not matte and it's not dewy either. It's right in between. It's a nice natural finish. It definitely does make your skin look hydrated because of the hyaluronic acid. I like it a lot. If you have oily skin, I still think this would work for you. You just definitely need to set it down, because I will say, because it's so hydrating, it will move around a little bit if you sweat or if you just tend to get oily in general. I would definitely set it with a little bit of powder, but other than that, I think this is a pretty universal foundation that would work for a lot of people. Seriously though, look how pretty this foundation is. Oh, I love it. Oh, so pretty. For bronzer, the one I've been using the most, actually there's two this month that I've been using the most, so I'm going to share them both with you, and I'm going to use a little bit of both. The first is the Chanel Le Beige Cream Bronzer. I know I've talked about this a ton too, and I know I really have said everything there is to say, but I have to use it in this video because it is a favorite. It is truly a favorite. I've been using it all the time. All the time. I love it so much. And what I've been using it with is this IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. I don't know why, but this particular brush, I guess it's the size, just fits really well on my cheeks. I don't know, I've just been really loving this to apply this product. Don't know what it is, just something about the tone and the color of this bronzer. I just love it. I cannot get enough. See how pretty? Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. For blush, I've been going for one of these two, and I know y'all know what one of them is, the Fenty Cream Blush in Petal Poppin'. I love this. I've used this quite a few times, so I'm going to use the other one today. And the other blush I've been really loving recently is the Tower 28 BeachPlease Buildable Luminous Color for cheeks and lips. And this is in the shade Magic Hour. I know there for a while everybody on YouTube was talking about this, it seems. And I've had it for quite a while. I've just been using this one in videos a lot, but I really like this as well. And to apply this, you can use your fingers with this, but I'm going to use my little Japanese brush. This is just a little kabuki brush, and I really like this for cream blush. So I'm just getting some on my brush, and I just kind of stamp it on. So this color is a nude. It's got a little bit of a pink undertone, but it's definitely more of a nude, more than anything. So I use this one when I don't want that super pink look like the Fenty blush gives me, but I really like this too. See how pretty it is? Very natural looking. And it looks really nice with that Chanel bronzer over top. I love it. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my favorite powder right now. I cannot believe I'm putting a powder in a favorites video, but I am. And my favorite, I know you know what it is, the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in the shade Fair Light. And I just take a little bit of this and set the center of my face, especially on the sides of my nose. I'm always trying to set on the side of my nose because I hate it when you get sunglasses marks on the side of your nose, and I just can't seem to avoid them. Does anyone have a cure for sunglasses marks on the sides of your nose? Some foundations definitely do it worse than others, but I just cannot find a way to keep that from happening, and I hate that so much. But I'm one of those people that has to wear sunglasses. My eyes are really sensitive, so even if it's cloudy, most of the time I have sunglasses on because my eyes just hurt. The sun, they just can't take it. So if you have something that can help getting those indentions on the side of your nose, please let me know in the comments. And then the other bronzer I love that I've been using a ton that I wanted to use also is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade number 2, which is Sunkissed. I'm not going to use a ton of it, just a little bit right over where we put that Chanel bronzer. I'm already looking pretty bronzed. I wanted to just apply a little bit more. So for the past month, a little bit longer than that actually, these two have been my go-to for sure. For my eyebrows, my go-to for the past month since I got it has been the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've pretty much replaced my Anastasia Brow Wiz with this. And you guys know I've been using the Brow Wiz long before I started my YouTube channel. I've been using it for years. And I do love that brow pencil, but something about this one I have just really been loving. For some reason, it's a little bit easier for me to use than the Anastasia one. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I don't know what it is. I've just absolutely been loving this pencil. I feel like I'm the last person here on YouTube that loves makeup to try this eyebrow pencil, but I'm so happy I did because I love it. And then my one and only brow gel favorite is my Believe Beauty Clear Brow Gel. Before we move on to the eyes, I wanted to use this also. This is another favorite that I don't know how many times I've used it in a video, but I love it. It's the Pat McGrath Under Eye Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And this is the shade Light, so it's the one that looks, or it's white. And I take just a little bit of this, like just a tiny bit, and I just kind of press it underneath my eye and kind of downward, like on the sides of my nose. And I've really been loving this. I know it says it's a blurring powder, and normally I would say, you know, that's a pretty big claim to make, but truthfully, I really do think this powder is blurring. I just kind of keep it right there. I don't bring it anywhere else on my face, but I got this recently and I've really been loving it. For the eyes, this is kind of hard, but I decided to use this palette because I just adore this, and it's the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. This came out a month or so ago, and I really love this. This is a great affordable palette. You have everything you need in here. You have some mattes and shimmers, neutrals, and pops of color. So you can do a lot with this palette. And today I am first going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Canvas. It's just a pretty standard skin tone shade. And these shadows really remind me of the e.l.f. Bite Size. So they are a really good formula, not a ton of fallout, and I just think this is really great quality. This palette I think is $14, and you just truly cannot beat that. I just realized I have a ton of e.l.f. products in this video. I've just been loving their stuff lately. I just feel like their products are just really good quality. For the price, they're really amazing. Then I'm going to take the shade next to it, which is called Sandy Bum. It's kind of a milk chocolate color, so I'm not going to use a whole lot. I'm just going to use a little because I don't want this to be super dark. I'm just kind of tapping off the excess, but this shade is really pretty. So I'm just going to lightly apply this in my crease. And I used the tiniest bit of this color. So this is definitely one that you could make a good bit darker, depending on how much shadow you're using. Do the same thing on this eye. So you guys have to let me know if you've tried anything good from the drugstore lately. I feel like the last few things I've tried I've really, really loved. And this palette was definitely one of those things. I just love the whole concept. I guess it's supposed to be kind of a tropical kind of palette inspired by the Bahamas, I think it was. And I truly, really, really like it. Now I'm going to mix the shade Dijon and Fuego. So Dijon is kind of a mustardy color and Fuego is a peach. These are both matte, and I'm going to mix a little bit of both with my BK Beauty 202. It's the tapered crease brush. And we're going to go right in, right where I can feel the crease of my eye. And kind of drag it down to my lash line a little. And I'm just going to keep building this up until it looks how I want it to. Look how easy these e.l.f. shadows blend out. It's crazy. They don't even have a lot of fallout. I mean, they're so nice. Now I'm going to take just the Fuego shade, so just the peach, and the same brush. Just going to tap the Fuego shade right here at the outer part of my lash line. This is the best tapered crease brush that I found because it's so pointed. You can really use it for blending, and then you can also really precisely apply color. It's so nice. If you need a new brush, all the BK Beauty brushes that I've tried, I absolutely adore, but this is one of my favorites for sure. Moving on, for some reason I really want to use the navy in here. It's called Royal. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this color on a small little BH Cosmetics brush. And we're going to add a little bit of this to the outer V. I don't know why, I'm just in the mood to use something different. Do the same thing over here. Alright, now I'm going back in with Fuego, which is the peach, and that same tapered blending brush, and we're just gonna make sure that blue is nice and blended. I always get nervous when I use shades like this because it's just not what I typically go for, but I don't know why this navy was really speaking to me. And then we're about to get real crazy. I'm going to take a little bit, I'm dying to use this blue Sip Sip. It's a really pretty shimmery blue. So I'm going to use my finger. And I'm going to place this right kind of over where we just put that navy, kind of over into the center of my eyelid. That's pretty. It's kind of an aqua color. I know, it's like, who is this? I never use colors like this ever. And then I want to take this shade called Paraiso. I don't know how you say it, but I'm going to, again, use my finger. And I'm going to pop this right in the inner portion of the lid and bring it over, overlapping that blue Sip Sip shade. Ooh, this Paraiso is really, really pretty. It makes your eyelid look like wet. Oh, so pretty. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Sandy Bum again, which was that milk chocolate brown we used earlier, and I'm going to use that same BK Beauty 202, the tapered crease brush, and I'm taking just a tiny bit of that shade and kind of running it out here in the outer V, and then fanning whatever is left into my crease, just so we don't lose that warm brown. And then one other thing I did want to do is take a little bit of my Milani bronzer and a big fluffy brush and go very lightly into the crease and kind of up a little further, kind of up towards my brow. I really like to do this at the very end after I've done eyeshadow, because I feel like it just kind of brings everything together when you blend your shadow out with the bronzer that you use on your face. For the lower lash line, ooh, what do I want to do? I kind of want to use the blue again. Okay, so I think I'm going to mix Royal and Sip Sip, so the navy and the shimmery blue, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my bottom lash line and kind of connect it up to where we put the blue out here earlier, just like that. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of the first shade we used, Canvas, and I'm going to go right under my eyebrow with this shade. Moving on, I'm going to curl my lashes with my always a favorite eyelash curler, the Surratt lash curler. And moving on to mascara, you guys know what mascara is my favorite from the past month, and it's the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl Mascara. I know I sound like a broken record, but I can't get enough of this stuff. Another e.l.f. product I didn't realize before I filmed this video how many of my favorites right now are from e.l.f. As good as this mascara is, I feel like I do not hear anyone talking about this, and I don't know why. Because if you like Benefit Roller Lash, you would absolutely love this. I mean, it is identical, and I'm not kidding. The wand, the formula, the effect, like, it reminds me so much of Roller Lash. For lips, I've been loving this one from Milani. It's the Color Statement lip liner, and this is the shade number 4, All Natural. I've had a few of these Milani liners or lip liners before, but not one that matched my lips as well as this color does. This shade, All Natural, is the perfect shade for my lips. I really like the formula on these two. It's not so dry that it makes your lips feel dried out, but it's not super creamy either. It's right in between. I love a good creamy lip liner, but those definitely don't last as long, but I do like them. For the lips, the combo I've been loving the most is this from NYX. It's the Filler Instinct Plumping Lip Color, I think is what it's called, in the shade Beach Casual. I used the other one that's the red color, I forget the name of it now, in another video that I did, but the Beach Casual is a really pretty nude, and they do feel plumping. Not like an intense plump, but you definitely do feel a little bit of a tingle with these, which I don't mind. I really like it. And then the lip gloss I've been obsessed with since I got it is the Persona lip gloss in the shade Honey. I love this color and this formula. I feel like I hear people talk about Persona glosses all the time, and now I know why. These are so nice, thin, moisturizing, and the colors are beautiful. This is the shade Honey, and I love it. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and like seeing all of the products I've been loving over the past month. Make sure to comment below and let me know any makeup or beauty product of any kind that you've been loving over the past month. I would love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Wednesday and Friday. Also, make sure to go follow me over on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.